Alrighty, so I managed to get into the beta test. And I figured I'd show off, the only thing worth showing off in this. Her. Also, why is it blurry? Whatever. Now, I have tried her before, and I have not great feelings on her. Mostly, I feel like she's a side grade to CO, because functionally speaking, she has exactly the same mechanic. She does combo finishers to build up a gauge. Why the fuck is everything blurry? Go away. So, and oh my god, that looks so much better without the blur. Still a little funky, but I do like this look, though. This does genuinely look better than the menu screen. Yeah, this. This is a better background. Looks a little more dynamic. But yeah, I don't hate her. I was just hoping for more. Anyway, she feels fine. I was just hoping for more. I like looking at her. There's that, but yeah, you'll see. Just like CO, she has the basic. Her combos are functionally the same as CO's combos. Light attack and into heavy is pseudo dash. You have your technically quick combo and your light heavy. Then double light, double heavy is probably the most efficient one. I was hoping for more. Mostly because I'm just sick of all the characters who are mainly focused around finisher attacks. But anyway, I'm gonna show you. Skip.
もちろん休みもらって買い物に行く。
I will say, the thing that feels nice about her in comparison to CO hers actually lasts longer than CO's. Ow. Good to see your ult. I actually wasn't expecting that. I still have to. I'm going to assume she doesn't have an empower. I like how it's changed to a hole. That's nice. She's fine. I don't have any quandaries with her. She's just... She just is. It's not that I don't like her, it's just I don't see why I would use her. She's a finisher attack-oriented character. I have a lot of those. Between id, CO, fuck, Charlotta. Well, let's just go through here. Between Charlotta... Yeah, I just don't see a reason to. I don't know why I would choose to play her over anyone else.
どうもです。いかがでしょう。はい。今すぐ手続きどうかご無事で。
I just wish she was. I wish she had something more unique. What I really would have liked is if each of the different stances in her clock actually gave her a different move set, essentially. Because as it stands, the clock passive buffs, all they do is give you either an attack buff, which will be useless for the late game, healing received buff, which I also think will probably end up being useless, and a defense buff. Unless they change the offense buff into an enhanced attack, it's not going to be useful. Oh, speaking of次はもっと本気でいくぞ。言われなくても。集中の気なさいよ。私に任せて。どこ？やった。やるじゃん。ここじゃ。わかるわ。まだまだ。これでどう？ようやったの。ありがとう。まだまだこんなもんじゃないわよ。変わるから。Like I said, she's not bad. And I will say, as I use her more, she is growing on me. Also the fact that, unlike skill, I can get her finisher. Okay, she might actually be beating out CO here. Because the fact that I can follow up all of my abilities. The fact that I can follow up all of my abilities with a finisher that can actually build up my gauge, that already makes it feel better than skill. Okay, yeah, honestly, After finding out that all of her abilities can result in a follow-up, yeah, she feels better than Sia. Do I think that this is a realistic display of how she's going to end up being? In late game? No. I'm still going to kind of look forward to it, though. But yeah, she feels like a very safe character design. And they've executed it well. I'm just praying that Dog and Galanza and Agliel have had the more creative parts of this game. Because it really feels like they went for a very safe option. They've executed it very well, don't get me wrong. She does feel good to play. She now officially beats Sandalphon. Not Sandalphon, no, she's not beating Sandy. Sandy's too fun. She now officially beats Sia in my ranking. She feels better than Sia. She officially beats Sia. Do I think Sia will probably end up outperforming her damage-wise? In his full built-up avatar state, yes. But she's going to be able to stay in her form a lot more consistently. And she actually attacks really fast in it, too. But yeah, this is Beatrix. Not gonna lie, I was a little bit more scathing to her earlier, based off my first impression. But now that I've used her more, now that instead of playing her in one mission, I played her in 3. I have a higher opinion of her. I really wish I had her other stuff, though. I kinda don't want to keep this, although I will concede it will actually probably be pretty useful. This one I'll never use. This one's really nice. This one's actually nice ability. Simple, comes out quick enough, gets your finisher out quickly. This one's a little slow, but it does do a lot of stun. And this one's a nice engage ability. This one and this one I'd probably remove, depending on what she has available. But yeah, I was hoping there'd be more to her gauge. I was hoping it'd be more than just CO or ID's build up. But as it stands right now, functionally speaking, she's another CO, ID, Catalina. A character focused entirely on doing a couple finisher attacks. Actually, I can't even say that about Catalina. She actually, after you do her obligatory finisher attacks, you want to be chaining and extending that with abilities and whatnot, and different combos. Maybe depending on what her sigils and what her warpath give her, I might get an even higher view of her, but as it stands, she's a solid addition to the roster. I was just hoping for more. I was kind of hoping that the different stances would have more than just some basic buffs. And as it stands right now for Granblue, two of those buffs just aren't going to matter. I mean, the attack buff is literally going to do nothing. The healing buff might be useful if they make it so that you're actually able to have more than one shot's worth of health. The healing state I could believe in actually being useful. But as it stands, I almost think that outside of using your finisher attacks, you just want to set yourself to the defense stance and then leave it there for the entire mission. Because the majority of the time that you play her, you're gonna be hitting the damage cap, so you're never gonna want the attack buff. This beta is the sole exception, and for new players. New players, it's also an exception. If you're going through the game from the get-go, obviously you're not hitting those caps. You're not going to have the stuff to do that. But that's not the majority of the game. And healing that... They're going to have to get rid of the catastrophe effect. They're going to have to make a new weapon type that outshines catastrophe and removes the stipulation of only having 45 thou health for the healing buff to matter. Because as it stands, either it gets you from 1% to 100, or it doesn't matter. Because most attacks will one-shot you. Admittedly, because she has the defense buff, that may very well change. I can definitely see that changing because of... I can definitely see it changing. On her specifically, because she has a built-in defense buff. I do like that. There are not a lot of defense buffs available. But as it currently stands... Hey, I have a reason to play her. She feels better than CO. I can actually reasonably build up her gauge in a meaningful time. That's the thing I hate about CO. It takes so long to build up a meaningful amount of his gauge. You need to do like 4 or 5 full combos for him. And there's no shortcuts. She has shortcuts. And God, that is nice. But yeah, I'm really hoping they whip out the big guns. But yeah, I can say I'm actually enjoying it. So that's what the initialization looks like. Oh my god. Just... Oh hey, she has the Zeta coloring.
Beatrix! I'm just gonna do this if I can. But yeah, I'll say she's grown on me now. They need to pull out the big guns for Gal and Mag. They need to. And I'm really hoping that her sigils are interesting. Hoping. Wait, how are people getting color changes then? Whatever.
Anyway, here's her command list. It's actually one of the longer ones, but that's mostly just because her Devour state. I wish they gave numbers for the buffs. They're really bad about that in this. Oh well, someone will put that out there. But yeah, now that I've used her a bit more, she has grown on me. I'd use her over CO. But yeah, Gal and Mag need to be good. I'm not gonna say Gal and Mag need to feel as good as CO, because that's setting a really high bar. But both of them need to feel... They need to get close to CO. Not CO. Sandy. Sorry. Sandolphin. I need both of them to feel different and interesting. And fun. Because there are a lot of finisher-based characters in this. And, frankly, I think there needs to be more styles of characters. I'd really like a more combo-oriented one, because let's admit it, there really aren't a whole lot of combo-weaving characters. Or any, for that matter. I mean, the closest you can kind of get is, like, Narm. And even then, she's technically finisher-oriented. I'd kind of like a character who's more centered around constantly blocking and almost riposting style stuff, which I could kind of see Gal doing, but even then, not really. He's really aggressive, so I'm not sure he'd do that. I could kind of see Gal being more of a timing-oriented character, but even then, We've got a lot of timing-oriented characters, too. Almost everyone is either finisher or timing. And I'd really like to see another archetype. But yeah, that's my rough review on Beatrix. Originally, I had a far more scathing opinion of her. But you know what? She has merit. And I actually did enjoy playing her. I stand by that I don't think she'll be one of my mains. In order to do that, she'd have to compete with Narmaya and Charlotta and Sandy. And she's just not doing that. Although she has definitely she's definitely overthrown CO in that list. Because CO was a far fourth in my playing desires. So hey, you know, she's top 4. But yeah, Narm and Char, she does not compare to them in overall gameplay feel. I'd actually almost argue that there's still more reason to play Zeta over her, because at least Zeta's finishers are interesting in that you're perpetually in the air, And I frequently complain about that aspect of Zeta. It is interesting, it's unique, and it's even fun at most times. It's just... you need to be able to dodge normally up there with Zeta, and you just can't. The fact that you only have one dodge for your entire string cripples her. But oh well.
Mm, mm. 違うんだよな。あ、へへ。遠慮しとく。うん。やれー。ゴー。ああ。もう。集合。はは。お手柄だ。余裕余裕。
Okay, that's kind of cute.
ベアトリックス。へへ。全部私に任せろ。